The guy suddenly realizes the big boss who just parachuted into the company is actually his ex-girlfriend he lost contact with years ago. Ms. Pang Wenjing has been appointed by the group as our hotel's executive vice president and HR director. The second those words hit, a chill ran through his entire body. Only one thought in his head. His good days were officially over. Back in the day, they were the couple everyone envied at school, started dating in their uniforms and made it all the way to almost getting married. Nobody saw it coming. On the day they'd planned to go to the courthouse to sign the papers, she waited from 8 in the morning until the end of the day, and he never showed. She called him over and over, sent message after message, and got absolutely nothing back. The rain ruined her makeup and washed away every last bit of hope she had for the future. From that day on, he vanished off the face of the earth. No explanation, not even a goodbye. She was completely heartbroken and left for another country. Fueled by all that pain and resentment, she pushed herself hard and eventually made something of herself. What nobody expected was that after coming back home, she ended up becoming his boss. She never forgot the hurt from back then. The moment she took the job, she was ready to settle the score. Zheng Jidong, I suggest you voluntarily resign or request a transfer. You working under me isn't a good situation for either of us. I hope you'll take my advice. I want to see your resignation letter first thing tomorrow morning. He felt guilty and sick to his stomach. He knew better than anyone. Walking out on her without a word was something he could never make up for. Not in this lifetime. But he'd been at this hotel for over 10 years. Started as a clueless intern and grinded his way up to the point where he was about to be promoted to VP. This place had his blood, sweat, and tears. To just walk away now, 10 plus years of work down the drain. He couldn't accept that. He stayed up all night thinking, then wrote a note and left it on his ex's desk. Dear Ms. Pang, I'm sorry, but I can't do what you're asking. I won't be resigning and I won't be requesting a transfer. I've been working at this hotel since I graduated, over 10 years. This place has become my home. No matter how disappointed you are in me, I'll only work harder to meet your expectations. Leaving has never once crossed my mind. On top of that, I genuinely enjoy working alongside you, and I'll cherish this opportunity.
She read the note without a single change in expression. She just thought he was being completely fake.
Right in front of him, she fed the note into the shredder, cutting off any escape route and basically signing his death warrant at work. I can tell you right now, I will find a reason to fire you. Her voice was ice cold, not a trace of warmth. The second he walked out, she called HR and had him demoted to doorman on the spot. She wanted to make his life so miserable that he'd quit on his own. Eventually, he couldn't take it anymore. He walked in with his resignation letter to find his mentor. Zheng Jidong, are you out of your mind? Take this back. I'm pretending I never saw it. Sifu, I'm serious. Is this all because you didn't get the VP spot? It's not about that. I've just reassessed my plans for the future. Stop messing around. You quit now and everything, 10 plus years of work, goes up in smoke. Tell me what's really going on. And don't call me Sifu. I don't have an ungrateful apprentice like you. Just to prove it. This really puts me in a tough spot. I'm the GM, but HR falls under Ms. Pang. Go talk to her. His mentor was shaking with rage but had no power here. All he could do was kick it back to her. He couldn't bring himself to face his cold ex, so he asked a coworker to pass along the resignation letter. But she wasn't done humiliating him. She insisted he come to her office in person. She signed the letter right in front of him, then immediately called HR to rush the paperwork and told him to get out of the hotel, effective immediately. Just like that, he was kicked out of the place he'd given everything to for over a decade. He figured a new job would let him start fresh, but she'd already blacklisted him everywhere. Every single one of the dozens of resumes he sent out just disappeared. He finally managed to line something up through a friend, looked like he was about to start, and then the other side suddenly backed out. Yeah, I hear you, but didn't we settle this yesterday? What changed? And it's not just you. 2 or 3 other places all suddenly told me there are no openings either. Bro, it's real, there genuinely aren't any spots, and I've got someone backing me up on this. We've been brothers for years. There are things I can't spell out for you, but I think your gut feeling isn't wrong. You're a smart guy that read between the lines. Anyway, nothing else to say. I'm hanging up. That cryptic heads up from his friend made it crystal clear. She was pulling strings behind the scenes, trying to back him into a corner with nowhere left to go. His sister found out he'd quit the job he'd held for over 10 years. She came at him with red eyes, demanding to know why. What happened? Why did you quit? Something this big and you didn't say a word. Would you just up and quit? The whole family busted their backs for this job. Everyone scrambled to loan you money. Dad was ready to sell the house. It even tore the family apart. And you just throw it away like it's nothing? Where's your conscience? How do you even justify this? He couldn't hide it anymore, so he lied and said he just needed a change of scenery. His dad heard that and exploded on the spot, raised his hand to hit him. His sister jumped in to stop it and finally spilled a secret she'd been keeping for years. Don't listen to him. His first love came back. This has everything to do with you. Let me talk. She's the new VP at his hotel, his direct boss, Pang Wenjing. She's the one who left my brother back then, and now you want him to go back? You want him to face her every single day and take orders from her? Dead silence. Nobody had known how much he'd been carrying alone all these years. His dad looked at his son, lost, hollow, and couldn't sleep all night. With no other option, his father went to her office himself to plead for his son. Zheng Jidong resigned because of you. But that's his problem, I'm not blaming you. But I heard you set something up, and now none of the other major hotels in the city will take him either. I'm not here to get into whatever happened between you two, that's in the past. But young lady, giving people a way to survive is the bare minimum of human decency. You walked away back then, didn't look back once, and went off to a developed country. Now you've made it, you've got power and status, and you've got the time and leverage to come after your ex, huh? But what did Zedong go through? All these years he never dated anyone, just buried himself in this job. He's long past the age where he should have settled down and started a family. And isn't that because of the damage you did? He never recovered. I'm a man in my 50s, a father, and I'm here begging for my son's survival. Please, let him go. Hearing the old man paint his son as the victim, she couldn't hold back anymore. Today, she was going to settle this 10-year-old debt once and for all. But just as she was about to bring up what really happened back then, he suddenly rushed in, trying to pull his father away. But she stopped them. Since we're all here, let's lay everything out right now. Zheng Jidong and I dated for 2 years. We were each other's first love. I gave him everything I possibly could. After college, I was planning to study abroad. I'd gotten a scholarship. Zheng Jidong took the TOEFL with me, but his score wasn't good enough. So that we could go abroad together, I was the one who brought up getting married first. The plan was get the marriage license, I go abroad first, then sponsor him to come over as a dependent. Zheng Jidong, isn't that exactly how it went? Mr. Zheng, I can tell you with full confidence, in this relationship, the one who got hurt wasn't your son. My parents' daughter is the one who came out completely broken. Her voice was shaking, tears welling up in her eyes, and he stood there beside her, too ashamed to lift his head. His father, now knowing the truth, had no ground left to stand on. It was his son who'd done her wrong. He gave her a deep bow, then quietly walked out of the office. The moment that door closed, she couldn't hold it together anymore. She collapsed in her chair and broke down crying. All the toughness, all the anger. It all came crashing down at once. She'd spent 10 years hating him, 10 years waiting. What she wanted was never to destroy him. She just wanted an explanation, and he thought long and hard, and finally decided to stop running. He was going to tell her the truth he'd been hiding for 10 years, exactly as it was. But when she finally heard that long overdue explanation, she couldn't hold back her tears.